Okay, so we are talking about the graph of different functions, and we are also discussing about the domain and the range of these functions as well. So till here we have, first of all, we are going to be talk about the domain and range. We have two types of domain, natural domain and restricted domain, and then we have talk about the linear graph, quadratic graph. Then we have to talk about the cubic one, the reciprocal, and exponential. Now, after exponential graph, we are going to be talk about the graph of logarithmic function. Now we are talking about logarithmic graph. The logarithmic graph is going to be just like two types. You have f of x is equal to the log of x, in which basically the base of the log is 10. And another graph you have f of x is equal to the natural log of x. In this one, the base of the graph is going to be exponential, means the e value. All right. Till now, you just have to understand it this one. Okay. We will talk about in detail that how we have to find the log and what is log and how we have to write the in simple values or how you are going to convert the value from logarithmic to simple numbers. Okay. But right now, I'm just going to be talking about the logarithmic graph. So we have two main things. That this is known as simple log, and this value is known as natural log. All right. In this one, we have a basis 10, and in this one, we have basis e, that is basically 2.7 something. Now, we are talking about the graph of this function. The graph of this function is going to be look like this. Just from here, it is processed from 1, and it is going to be closer to y-axis, like this. It is processed from positive 1. For example, let's check the graph here. I'm just going to be writing any log. So, yeah, we have log. Let's say 100. All this will be right. What is showing me a straight line?
Mister, because log 10, log 100 base 10 is equal to 2.
Oh, sorry. I have to write a number. I have to write a variable. Sorry, go first. I have to write a variable. One second. All right. So we are talking about the log of x. Yeah. Now look at here. Here the graph is going to be look like this. It is processed from 1, and from here it is going to be the increasing value. All right. So it is going to be increasing. You have to be go it here, and it is going to be just increasing as much as you can. I'm going to take it out. So look at here. But if you have to look at very carefully, it is slowly, it is going to be moving upward. Look at here, this difference is going to be increasing. If I'm going to be take it here, like this. All right. Look at here, it is going to reach the upper line. Now let's move more, check them how it is going to look like. Look at here, it is guys going to be closer to the values. How we can back. Mm, So this is how the graph of the but here I'm going to make the same one. This is going to be a graph of the logarithm function is going to be look like. Yes, I want the question.
Okay.
Yes, now tell me what is the domain and the range of this function.
Greater than 0.
Yes, the domain is all positive values because the law will not take any negative value. If you're substituting any log negative value, like I'm substituting log of -2, is going to be given me the math error. Okay, from the graph, you can see that you are not going to be any substituting value, any negative value. So the domain of this function is x is greater than equal to 0. Yes, what is the range of this one?
All real values.
Yes, all real number values because it is from here it is increasing and here it is increasing as well. You have all positive real numbers, you have all negative real numbers as well. So if we are going to be talking about the range of this function, it is going to be belongs to all real numbers. Yes, everyone. Any question? Yes, anyone have a question about the logarithmic graph?
No.
Now, now we are talking about relation between log of x and e raised to power x, means logarithmic graph and exponential graph. Now, the relation between both of them is the e raised to power x is basically is the not log like this natural log. Okay. Okay, the graph of natural log is going to be same as. Okay. It is going to be look like for the natural log, the graph is going to be like a same shape. Okay. Because just the base is changed. So the relation between the log of x and e raised to power x is the e raised to power x is the inverse of natural log, right? In the same way, we can say that the natural log of x is the inverse of e raised to power x. It is same like that if you're talking about what is the multiplicative inverse of x? That is 1 by x. They will be cancelled out. You will get the answer is going to be 1. In the same way, the e raised to power x and the natural log of x, they are going to be the inverse of each other. If you're taking it, for example, you have natural log of e raised to power x. Okay. So they are going to be inverse of each other. So the answer will be natural log and exponential will be cancelled out. The answer will be x. In the same way, you can say that you have e raised to power natural log of x. Exponential and log will be cancelled out. The answer will be, so they are going to be inverse of each other. Okay. Now we have to understand it from the graph. Look at here. I'm going to take the graph of the exponential. The exponential graph is going to be look like this. On the other hand, if I'm going to take them, this is the graph of e raised to power x, and this is the graph of natural log of x. Yes, everyone. Can you see any relation between the graph? Anyone?
They
So,
both don't touch one of the axes.
Okay. Any other things? We are talking about the inverse. So recall the graph of inverse function. Let's go up. I'm just going to recall you how the inverse of the graph is going to look like.
yeah, so
Yes.
it's like it's mirror, so it's inverse.
Yes, it is going to be a reflection through y is equal to x. So here we are talking about the graphical relation of graph and its inverse. And I told you when you will draw the graph, they are going to be reflection through y is equal to, this is y is equal to x. So we are going to say that it is, we are going to be getting the reflection. Okay, through y is equal to x. So if we are going to be talking about these graph, so clearly if I'm going to draw the graph of e raised to power x, and from here I'm going to be drawing the graph of this one. So clearly you can see that this is the reflection through y is equal to x. It is e raised to power x. It is natural log of x. So look at here, they are going to be reflection of each other. That's why I'm saying that you have e raised to power x is the inverse of natural log, and natural log is the inverse of e power x. So this is the relation between them. For example, if you are solving any question, like for example, if you have a question, you have y is equal to x square. You want to remove the square. What you will do? Yes, everyone, you want to remove the square. So what you will do? Very simple question.
Uh,
Can you,
it's square root.
yes, you what you will do? You are going to be taking a square root on both sides. In the same way, for example, if you have a question, you have y is equal to natural log of x, and you want to remove the log. So what you will do? You are taking exponential on both sides. Okay? Because exponential and log will be cancelled out, like the same way the square and square root will be cancelled out. In the same way, natural log and exponential will be cancelled out. We will do the question, so it is going to be, you are going to be more understand. Yes, everyone. Any question till here? Anyone have a question till here? Yes, Ali Muhammad, Ahmad Hamza,
No, mister. Okay.
Ahmad Muhammad, Rahaf Ahmad, Fiyad. No
Clear,
question?
yeah, mister.
All right. Let's do some practice questions now. Now we have first question. The examiner gives you the graph. Just make it smaller. The examiner gives you the graph and he says that the diagram shows a graph of f of x is equal to a cos bx plus c for 0 x is greater than 0 and lesser than 8 pi over 3 means smaller value is 0 and the bigger value is 8 pi over 3 in radians. Explain why it is a function. Yes, everyone look at the graph and tell me why it is function. What is the definition of function? Ali Muhammad, I can't hear you if you are saying something. Yes, everyone. Why this graph is going to be the graph of function?
One to many.
One to many is not a graph of function.
Ah, sorry, Mr.
Here I'm just going to be in the very start of the first lecture. I told you what is function. A function is a mapping where every input maps to a single value or to a unique value, right? Every input maps to a single value. So now look at this one. You have every input maps a single value.
Okay.
You have to substitute, for example, pi or pi by 2 or 4 pi by 3, you are going to be getting a single value. So for each value of x, you are going to be getting a unique value or single value of y. So this means that it's the graph of function. So it is going to be, this question is depending on the basic definition of function. For each value of x is mapped to a unique value of y or single value of y. So that's why this is the graph of function. Now the B part of this question is, he says that what is the range of this graph? Yes, what is the range of this one? Anyone? Look at the graph and tell me what is the range.
Mister, can you hear me?
Yes.
Less than or equal to 1 or greater than or equal to minus 5.
One minute.
Mister, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Just give me 1 minute. All right. Yes, Ali Muhammad, say it again. What is the range of this function?
If x less than or equal to 1, greater than or equal to minus 5.
Yes, because all the values means the y-axis values are going to be lie between 1 and -5, and 1 is included as well as minus is 1 is included as well. So the range of this function is f of x is going to be greater than equal to -5 and lesser than equal to 1. Yes, everyone, is it clear?
Clear.
Anyone? Now we have a next question. It says that we have g of x is equal to 3 plus 1 by x for all the values x is greater than equal to 1. So look at here, the domain is given. All right. Examiner gives you the domain. Now he says that find an expression for fg inverse of x. Okay, first of all, we have to find the inverse. So let's see how to find it. First of all, we are just going to suppose that y is equal to g of x. So I'm going to be get y is equal to 3 plus 1 by x. Now it is plus 3 on the side will be minus 3 is equal to 1 by x. X is dividing on the side will be multiply. Now y minus 3 is multiplying on the other side will be divide. So what I have to do, first of all, I'm just going to be write y instead of f of x, and then I'm going to make x as a subject. So I'm going to be get x is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus y. Now replace the values, x will become f inverse of x and y will be replaced with x. Yes, there is anyone here that is not able to find the inverse? Right. So f inverse of x is equal to 1 divided by x minus 3. This is the first part. In the second part, he says that write down the range of the inverse function. And in the next part, he says that the domain of the inverse function. Yes, what is the range of inverse function? Anyone?
Is same as the domain of same as the domain of the uh, g of x. So it will be greater
Excellent.
or x is equals to or greater than 1.
Excellent. We are talking about that if you have an inverse function, so then the domain of function will become the range of inverse function. So the range of the domain is x is greater than equal to 1. So the range will become greater than equal to. Yes, everyone. Any question? Yes, everyone. Any question about the second part? How I'm going to find the range of this function? Yes, Ali Muhammad, I can't hear you. It shows me that you are saying something, but I can't hear you.
Mister?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Yes, I said it's clear.
Okay. Now, in the next part, he says that you have to find the domain of G inverse of X. Okay. We have to find the domain of G inverse. Yes, everyone. What is the domain of G inverse?
G of X. Mister
Domain,
can.
domain, domain. We need to be find.
Mister, yeah, it's a range of G of X.
Yes. The domain of inverse will be equal to the range of G of X. Okay, now tell me what is the range of G of X?
Greater than or equal to 4. Less than or equal to 4, sorry.
I'm going to take it down. G of X is equal to T plus 1 over X. Now in this portion, this is the value. And if you have 1 by X, the maximum value is going to be, this value is going to be greater than 0 because the answer can never be 0. And the maximum value that you can, that will be 1 or equal to 1. Yes, Simon, is it true? because in 1 by x you have to substitute 1, it will be 1, substitute 2, it will be 0.5, it will be substitute 5, it will be 0.2. In the same way, you are increasing the value, it will be, you are going to be getting a decimal value, but that must be between 0 and 1, and it cannot never be 0. Yes, everyone, is it clear?
Yes, Mr.
So the maximum value is 1 and minimum value is going to be 0. If you substitute 0, so you will get 3. And if you substitute 1, it will become 4. So we are going to be get the range of the g of x is, the range of g of x will be, g of x is
less than or equal to 4.
greater than 3, not equal to, because 0 is not included, and lesser than equal to 4,
4.
because 4, you will get the answer 1. So it will be equal to 4. So we are going to be getting the range. So we are talking about the domain of inverse function. The domain of inverse function is same as the range of g of x. So we are going to be get x is greater than 3 and lesser than equal to 4. Yes, everyone. Any question? Yes, Rahaf Ahmed, AR, Ahmed Muhammad.
Yes, Mr. Clear. Mr. But
Yes.
the how we find the domain? Can you please repeat it?
The domain of g of x.
Yes. No, 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 not the g of x. Domain of g of inverse.
For domain of g inverse, we need to find the range of g of x. Okay. So I will take a function. I'm just going to be look for what is the range. The range is the output values. Okay. Majority, we are just going to look for the minimum value and maximum value. So in this portion, this is a constant value 3. So obviously the value will be vary or changing just because of 1 by x. So we have to talk about the 1 by x especially. So in 1 by x, we are just going to be getting the value. The maximum value of the 1 by x is going to be greater than 0, not equal to 0. And the maximum value of the answer of 1 by x will be 1, because you have to substitute different values. I'm going to be substituting 1 divided by, let's say you have to 1, so it will be 1. If I'm going to be substituting 10, it will be 0.1. If I'm going to be substituting a bigger value, it is going to be still between 0 and 1. So maximum value is going to be 0, but look at it is 0.00004 zeros and then 8. So it is going to be very close to 0, but not equal to. So this means that the output of this part will be lie between 0 to 1. So if I'm going to take about the minimum value, minimum value you will get as an output as a range, that is 3, and the maximum value that you're going to be get as an output as a range, that will be 4.
4.
So 3 plus 0, it will be 3, and obviously 3 plus 1 will be 4. So that's why I'm just say that the range of g of x is 3 to 4. We have to find the domain. The domain is same as the range, so it will be from, obviously we are talking about the domain, so domain shows by x. So x is greater than 3 and lesser than equal to 4. Yes, Ahmad. Is it clear now?
Yes, Mr. Clear. Thank you.
Now we have a next question. He says that it is given that f of x is equal to 5 natural log of 2x plus 3. Okay, this is a logarithmic function. And he says that x is greater than minus 3 by 2. Because if you have to substitute it, you will get answer will be 0. And obviously log 0 is undefined. But if you have to look for the graph log function, I told you the natural log always take always the positive values. Okay. So domain is given. We have to find the range. Yes, everyone, can you please tell me what is the range of this one? The range of logarithmic function. Anyone? That's why I told you you have to memorize the graph. Let's I'm going to show you the graph. Now look at the graph and now tell me what is the range of this function.
All real values.
All real values. So obviously it's a logarithmic function. So the range of this function is all real values. So all of you, you must have to be know the basic sketch of the graph. We know that this graph is going to look like this. So you are cutting all positive y values, all negative values, and zero is also included. So all real values. Now the new thing for that is going to be for you. He says that you have to find the inverse, and state the domain of this one.
Mister, can you
Now
hear
look at
me?
here. Yes, Salim Ahmed, now I can hear you.
No,
I think Ali Muhammad, there is an internet issue from your side. Ahmed Hamza, can you hear Ali Muhammad?
No mystery. I think that he have a problem in his mic.
All right. Now we are talking about the inverse of this function. Okay, what is the function? The function we have f of x is equal to 5 natural log of 2x plus 3. Muhammad, please check the internet connection. Okay. Yes, Ahmed Hamza. What would be the first step for the inverse? To find the inverse, what was the first step?
The first step is convert f of x to y.
Yes. So let we have y is equal to f of x. We will get that y is equal to 5 natural log of 2x plus 3.
divide by
All
5
right.
now.
1 by?
Divide by 5. Y over 5 is equal
Yeah.
to
Now we have the next step is we have to make x as a subject. So 5 is multiplying, it will be divide. We will get natural log of 2x plus 3. Now just before I told you how we can remove the natural log.
e for 4 ln 2x plus 3.
Yes, I told you the relation between the exponential and the natural log that they are going to be inverse of each other. I want to be cancelled out, so I'm going to be taking exponential on both sides. So e raised to power y over 5 and e raised to power natural log of 2x plus
3.
3. Yes, Rahaf Ahmed, AR Ahmed Muhammad. Is it here?
No, mister, I
Yes,
didn't
please.
understand this part.
I want to be remove the natural log. And in the previous session, I told you if I'm going to be go up, it was, yeah. Here I told you the exponential is basically the inverse of natural log, and natural log is the inverse of exponential. For example, if you have e raised to power x and you want to remove it, so you have to take the natural log and exponential will be cancelled out, you will get the answer will be x. In the same way, if you have to take the exponential of the natural log, they will be cancelled out. The answer will be x as well. So if you want to be remove the natural log, you need to take the exponential. And if you want to remove the exponential, so you have to take the natural log. And I think I gave you the example of the square root as well. Like for example, if you have y is equal to x squared and you want to remove the square root square, so what you will do, you are going to be taking the square root on both sides. So square and square root will be cancelled out, so you will get the x. In the same way, if you want to remove the natural log, so you have to take the exponential on both sides. So e raised to power y is equal to e raised to power natural log of x. So exponential and natural log will be cancelled out. The final answer you will get x. All right. So same rule I'm going to be using here because I know that the inverse of natural log is going to be exponential. So I'm taking the exponential on both sides because exponential means e raised to power x. So everything will be in the x. That the left side will be in the power of e, the right side in the power of e. Is clear, Rahaf?
Yes, mister. Thank you.
Now, I told you they are going to be inverse of each other. So exponential and the log will be cancelled out this value as it is. So you are going to be get 2x plus 3. So why we are doing it? Because we want to make x as a subject. So log is a problem. So that's why I'm just going to be take the exponential and remove the log. Now it is positive 3. Take this value on the other side, it will become negative 3 is equal to 2x. Now 2 is multiplying, so take it on the other side, it will be divide. Yes, what is the last step?
Change x into f inverse of x and
We have to
do
replace y with x and x with the inverse function. The function is f of x or g of x, f of x into f inverse of x. So you already know how to find the inverse. So just this step is going to be new for you. This portion is going to be new for you, that how you are going to find remove the natural log. To remove the natural log, you need to be take the exponential on both sides. Now we have to find the inverse. Now he says that you have to find the domain of this function. You're talking about the domain of f inverse of x. We know that the domain of f inverse of x is must be the range of f of x. Yes, anyone, what is the range of f of x? We have find it in the first part. What is the range of f of x? Yes, Ahmed Hamza.
The range of x will be uh, x is greater than 0.
Greater than zero? Range. I'm talking about
Mr.
range.
All real numbers. Mr.
Oh,
Can you hear
oh,
me?
Yes,
all real numbers,
all
sorry.
real numbers. We
Yes.
already find it that the range of the function that is all real numbers. So he says that you have to find the domain of inverse function. We know that the domain of inverse function is basically exactly the same as the range of f of
Perfect.
x. So I'm going to be getting the x belongs to all real numbers because the range of f of x is all real numbers.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, everyone. Any question?
No, sir.
Now, in the next question, he says that on the axis below, the sketch the graph of y is equal to f of x and y is equal to f inverse of x. Okay, you need to be draw both of graph and each curve and state the intercept of the coordinate axis. Coordinate axis, obviously, you have x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. The inverse function, we know that the relation between the inverse function is going to be the reflection through y is equal to x.
X.
So I'm just going to draw the line y is equal to x. So let's we have to talk about, we have f of x is equal to, what is the function we have? Now this is the function we have, okay? So he said the graph, I know that the graph is going to be, yes, how the shape of the graph is, logarithmic function is going to look like this. This is the log of graph, right? The shape is going to look like this, all right? This is the shape of log graph. So I'm going to get the general idea that the shape of the graph is going to look like this. Next, we have to find the x-intercepts and y-intercepts. I'm just substituting f of x is equal to 0. So you will get that 0 is equal to 5 natural log of 2x plus 3. Part is multiplying, on the side will be divided to 0 as well. So we will get natural log of 2x plus 3 is equal to 0.
2x plus 3 is equal to 1.
2x plus 3 is equal to
1.
I'm just going to be take the exponential on both sides to remove it. So it will become 2x plus 3, and any number having a power 0, that is 1. The 2x is equal to 3 minus 1 minus 3. X is equal to minus 2 over 2. So x is equal to
Negative 1.
negative 1. So I'm going to be get the point minus 1 comma 0. Now in the same way, this is I'm going to find the x-intercept. Let's find the y-intercept. For y-intercept, we have to substitute x is going to be 0.
So it will be 5 and then 5 and then 3.
Natural log of 3. So this is the value on the y-axis. If I'm going to check it on the calculator, how this value, I don't need it, but I'm just showing you. It is going to be 5 point something, okay? So the shape of the graph, we are already talk about, the shape of the graph is going to look like this, right? Because when it is only single natural log, it is going to be like this shape. But obviously we have something plus and minus. We are not going to talk about transformation. That's why I just find the x-intercept, y-intercept. So we are going to be getting the y-intercept is 0,5 natural log of 3. So this is the value, 5 natural log of 3. It is 5 point something. And the y-intercept that I'm going to be get, it is going to be get minus 1, comma 0. Now I need to find the inverse function. You can find it. We have the inverse function. We can substitute the value. But you know that the inverse function is basically just the reflection. So you just have to make the inverse function like this. You know that this value, it is 5 natural log of 3. So this will be 5 natural log of 3 as well. It is minus 1. So this point will be minus 1 as well. Because each point is going to be reflected here. This is my function f of x, and this is a graph f inverse of x. Yes, everyone. Any question?
No,
We
clear.
have we have sketched the graph of f of x. We have sketched the graph of f inverse of x. We also write the x-intercepts and y-intercepts as well. So look at here, these questions are going to be easier, but there is a lot of